She's the first rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010, and last night it was no exception. They were sky high for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but to start the season, they had a little bit of a rough go of it. They lost their first 5 games. They ended up 1-8 through their first 9 games, and during that first month, the playoffs, they didn't feel realistic at all. Indy entered the Olympic break 11-15 on the year, and then they really turned it around. They've won 7 of their 8 since. They clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016, which, by the way, was the last year of Hall of Famer and franchise icon Tamika Catchings.
Think you can predict the WNBA's top rookies? Grab a pen and paper. We're about to go through ESPN's rankings, and I bet you'll be surprised at least once ready to test your basketball knowledge. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. You won't believe this, but she just went from 6th to 1st place in ESPN's final rookie rankings. That's insane. It's like she came out of nowhere and took over the whole game. But here's the thing, not everyone's happy about it. Some people are saying Clark doesn't deserve the top spot. They're arguing about her performance in the last few weeks. It's getting heated.
She has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James, right? For us, just in the women's side of things, and the hype that she had, the expectations she had.
Let's start with the rookie, Caitlin Clark Kent. Superwoman, you see what I did there? She was on a tear, and last night was no different. Wings, fever. Caitlin Clark set to go as she broke the single-season assist record.
She's been playing like a top 5 player in the league. She's been regularly dishing out double-digit assists in that time frame. Teams can no longer blitz her and trap her.
You know what's crazier? We're about to compare Clark to other top rookies, and I promise you'll be shocked. We're going to uncover what really matters in these rankings. Trust me, it's not just about points scored. Get ready for some surprises. Now let's dive into the Clark versus Reese showdown. These two rookies couldn't be more different on the court. One's an offensive powerhouse, the other's a rebounding machine. But which style does ESPN really favor? The answer might change how you view basketball rankings forever. Caitlin Clark's offensive stats are mind-blowing for a rookie. We're talking 32.5 points per 100 possessions and a 60% true shooting percentage. That's not just good, it's elite level performance. Clark's scoring efficiency is off the charts, making her a nightmare for defenders. But hold on, Angel Reese isn't sitting on the sidelines. She's breaking records left and right with 26 double-doubles in her rookie season. That's insane.
WNBA Player of the Week. There have only been 40 triple-doubles in the history of the WNBA. Cheryl Swoops recorded the first WNBA triple-double during the 1999 season, while Caitlin Clark logged the most recent triple-double earlier this week. She now has 102 on the season and is 19 away from Diana Taurasi in 2nd place and 26 away from Ionescu of the New York Liberty. She ain't beating A'ja Wilson for the MVP, but she's beating Angel Reese for the Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year, by the way.
Reese is dominating the boards like a seasoned pro. She's grabbing rebounds like they're going out of style. Here's where it gets interesting. While Reese is a rebounding machine, her shooting efficiency is, well, let's just say it's not great. Her true shooting percentage is only 46%, which is way below the league average of 53%. It's like she's unstoppable under the rim, but struggles when it comes to putting the ball in the basket. So we've got Clark, who's lighting up the scoreboard, and Reese, who's owning the boards. Two completely different styles of play. But guess what? ESPN seems to be leaning towards Clark's offensive fireworks. Why? Because in basketball, points are king. But don't count Reese out just yet. Her impact on the game is huge. When she's on the court, her team's plus-minus differential is a whopping 18.1 points. That's like having an extra player on the court.
Charles Barkley talking about the Caitlin Clark phenomenon and the people he blames for blowing this whole Caitlin Clark deal.
People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they try. What is going on here? And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But these ladies, who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have this thing up.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, Clark's a scoring machine, but surely there's more to it than that. You're right. Remember when I said there was a plot twist coming? Here it is. Clark's secret weapon isn't her scoring, it's her improved turnover rate. Early in the season, Clark was struggling with turnovers, but as the season progressed, she tightened up her game. Her turnover percentage dropped significantly, showing she's not just about flashy plays, but smart basketball too. This improvement in ball control might seem small, but it's huge in the eyes of analysts. One expert even said, Clark's vastly improved turnover rate is especially impressive. It's been perhaps the biggest reason why metrics were comparatively down early in the season. So what does all this mean? It shows that in the WNBA, versatility is key. Clark's ability to score efficiently while also improving her ball handling gave her the edge in ESPN's rankings. Reese's rebounding prowess is impressive, but in today's game, offensive efficiency seems to carry more weight. While Clark and Reese battle it out at the top, another rookie is silently climbing the ranks.
So Caitlin Clark finished with that triple-double. She just continues her superstar trajectory. She's the only rookie in WNBA history with a triple-double.
Caitlin Clark is doing things beyond her years. Let me show you how good 22 has been. She's on pace to generate the most points in a season in WNBA history.
Lenie Fight just landed at number 3, but here's the kicker. She's doing it all from the bench. Imagine what could have happened if she'd been starting all season. Lenie Fight's story is like something out of a sports movie. She's not just any third-place rookie. Fight's been putting up impressive numbers, and she's doing it without even being a starter. Since the All-Star break, she's been averaging 8.1 points per game. That's pretty good, right? But here's the thing. She's doing this coming off the bench. Now, think about this for a second. If Fight's putting up these numbers as a substitute, what could she do as a starter? It's like having a secret weapon that's only being used half the time.
The hottest team in the WNBA right now is the Indiana Fever. Kelsey Mitchell has been balling. Lexi Hall has been an X factor, and that was a great chess move, just getting this lineup with chemistry. As for this win streak, though, Caitlin has created 224 points between points scored herself and points assisted. That's almost 45 points per game, and the most by any player ever during a 5-game win.
Some experts are saying that if Fight had been starting all season, she might have even challenged for the second spot in the rankings. That's huge. But it's not just about the points. Fight's got something special. She's what they call a 3-4 hybrid wing power forward. I know, that's a mouthful, but basically it means she's super versatile. She can play multiple positions and adapt to different game situations. Some analysts are saying she could be one of the best in that role in the whole league. This whole situation with Fight raises some big questions about how we rank rookies. Should we look at what they're doing right now, or should we consider what they might do in the future? It's like trying to predict which movie's gonna be a blockbuster based on just the trailer. Think about it this way. If you're a coach, do you want the player who's performing well right now, or the one who might be a superstar in a year or two? It's not an easy choice. On one hand, you want results now, but on the other hand, you don't want to miss out on the next big thing. This debate about potential versus current performance is heating up. Some people think rankings should be based solely on what a player has actually done on the court. Others argue that you need to factor in what a player could become. It's like trying to choose between a sure thing and a possibly bigger payoff down the road. Fight's case is making everyone rethink how we evaluate rookies. She's not just challenging the rankings, she's challenging the whole system. It's like she's saying, hey, don't just look at my stats. Look at what I could do if given the chance.
Caitlin Clark became the first ever rookie in WNBA history to record a triple-double twice in the same season. In that game, Clark scored her 103-point shot this season, becoming just the 6th woman. My WNBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise, Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for League MVP, honest.
And you know what? She might have a point. Basketball isn't just about numbers on a stat sheet. It's about impact, potential, and the ability to change the game. Fight's showing that sometimes the most valuable players aren't always the ones with the flashiest stats or the most minutes on the court.
So you knew they were going to come for you. You had to know that. Now, to the degree that they're doing so, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. You had a decisive advantage because they made the mistake of letting you know who they are, whoever those people are. That's not the case with all. It's not the case with most. But those who screech the loudest get the most attention sometimes. And that's what the worst of cynics and critics do.
So next time you're looking at rookie rankings, don't just focus on the top spots. Look a little deeper. You might find a player like Fight who's ready to explode onto the scene. It's players like her that make the WNBA so exciting to watch. You never know who's gonna be the next big star. While we're talking about future stars, let's switch gears to a current rookie who's causing quite a stir. Her stats are off the charts, but her ranking, not so much. It's time to dive into the controversy that's shaking up the WNBA world and making us question everything we thought we knew about rookie evaluations. Enter Rhea Jackson, the rookie who's got everyone talking. She's been lighting up the scoreboard, averaging a jaw-dropping 16.9 points per game in September. You'd think with numbers like that, she'd be near the top of ESPN's rookie rankings, right?
If Caitlin Clark somehow wins the WNBA championship this year, she will have put together the greatest rookie season in the history of professional sport. Include Caitlin Clark in the conversation, as I like to do, but we're also going to bring the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Caitlin Clark, Deion Sanders, all in the same boat with historical perspective and knowledge. And more than anything, I'm gonna blast the media.
Well, guess again. Jackson landed at 6th place, and it's got experts calling the rankings laughable. So what's going on here? It all comes down to how ESPN is evaluating these rookies. They're using something called Raptor wins, which is a fancy way of measuring a player's impact using advanced stats. It's like they're trying to boil down a player's entire performance to a single number. But here's the thing, basketball isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. This is where the whole stats versus eye test debate comes in. On one side, you've got the stats gurus who swear by these advanced metrics. They'll tell you that Raptor wins capture things that traditional stats miss. But on the other side, you've got the old school basketball minds who say, hey, wait a minute, are we really saying offensive rebounds are more important than scoring efficiency? It's like trying to judge a pizza by only looking at the nutrition facts.
They've made Caitlin Clark more interesting. They've made Caitlin Clark the biggest star in American sports. They got this conversation wrong. The ladies, the active players in the WNBA, they haven't screwed up anything. Their little petty jealousy and sniping at Caitlin Clark is why 2 million people are tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball and to watch a bunch of other women blow layups every night.
Sure, those numbers tell you something, but they don't capture the whole picture. The eye test folks argue that you need to actually watch the games to truly understand a player's impact. They're saying, look at how Rhea Jackson is changing the game when she's on the court. That's something no stat can fully capture. But here's where it gets really interesting. Jackson's season wasn't just about scoring. Critics point out that she didn't really improve in other areas like assists and turnovers. So while she was putting up big points, her overall game might not have been as well-rounded as some other rookies. This whole situation is making everyone rethink how we evaluate rookies. Should we trust the cold, hard numbers or go with our gut based on what we see on the court? It's not an easy question to answer. One thing's for sure, this debate is far from over. As one expert put it, Rhea Jackson does not belong below Leah Edwards. But according to ESPN's rankings, that's exactly where she is. It just goes to show how different evaluation methods can lead to completely different results. So next time you see a rookie ranking, don't just take it at face value. Think about what's really being measured. Is it pure scoring, overall impact, future potential? There's no perfect way to rank players, but understanding the methods can help you form your own opinions.
The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark, and she has made it into something. I know how great she is because of Caitlin Clark. The Arike Amagawali, and I'm sorry if I messed up the name, the girl in Dallas. That girl's a baller. These guys are all working off of platforms that were already built long before they got there, and they have not elevated that platform.
All right, let's break it down. Clark, Reese, and Fight. 3 rookies, 3 totally different styles. Clark's lighting up the scoreboard, Reese is owning the boards, and Fight's showing crazy potential off the bench. It's like comparing apples, oranges, and I don't know, maybe a mango. But here's the real question. What makes a top rookie? Is it putting up big numbers right away, being consistent game after game? Or is it about who's gonna be a superstar in a few years? Think about it. If you were a coach, who would you pick? The player who's on fire now, or the one who might be even better down the road? It's not easy, right? So here's what I want you to do. Picture the WNBA 5 years from now. Which of these rookies do you think will be running the show?